Yeah. 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 Woo. Woo. We back. 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 It's the Jamad Show. 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 Baby, we back. 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 I'm here. 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 I'm him. Welcome back to the Jamad Show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode. Man, y'all miss me? Let's go. Yeah. Man, it's summertime in California. Shout out to you and yours, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode. You can see I need to get in that sun. I'm starting to get a farmer's tan. Y'all starting to see how light I actually am. Shout out to you and yours, man. Obviously, before we get into today's topic, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. It's been about a month, probably a little bit over a month, since I've been live and done a show. And as you can see, I have not skipped a beat. It just is what it is. I looked myself up today on Google and was very pleased by the direction the show was going, the content, everything is building piece by piece, bit by bit. And yeah, I said, wow, well, look at this. People, they apparently they like me. Some people don't though. Man, I got some stories. Some people do not like your boy. I don't know how hard that is to believe. I mean, I can piss people off. I've been known to do so. But yeah, some people don't like me. I'm realizing. I'm like, oh shit, okay, y'all don't. Not everybody is open or, you know, can digest this type of content easily. Rightfully so. I completely get it. Somebody, Orion Terabin, I mentioned before, he mentioned it as when you give somebody so much content or so much context, information, especially if it's that first time hearing it, it's like drinking from a fire hose. They're not gonna be able to grasp everything, number one, and it's too much pressure, right? It's just too much. So I'm gonna try to scale it back a little bit as we progress, you know. And I try to, once again, educate you guys on, you know, what I think is appropriate. And I'm gonna try my best to put my best foot forward and help men and women alike going forward in life. And we just gonna go from there. All right. But today's topic, specifically for men, but we might be able to throw the women in there a little bit. It's dating in your 20s. Dating in your 20s. Dating in your 20s. Here's the thing. Dating in general is tough. It's a tough gig. All right. It comes with the territory. It's hard. Dating is hard, period. Let alone in your 20s. I mean, it just is. I'm dating right now, and I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I want to back out. I just want to give up. As much as content that I talk about and how you should do this and do this, that does not. I'm not an exception to this rule. The rule being life and reality. It sucks for me too, and I'm in my 30s. It doesn't matter, man. Dating is tough. So Anybody that's out there that's like, man, what's wrong with me? I see all the people that's happy. First of all, don't believe that. Most people aren't happy. They're dealing with it. And I started thinking more. Do I want to be in a situation where I'm dealing with somebody or truly like be happy? And the more and more I think about this, the more and more I come to the realization of that happiness that we all seek. This fairy tale that we've been sold is few and far between. There's a bigger gap from this than we think, than we want to admit. It's tough. And the more that I date, I come to this realization even more. Like, man, and most people say, "Oh, well, Rocky, maybe it's just the people that you date." That could be true. However, I beg to differ. I think it's the dating space as a whole. I think it's the people that we date. I think it's the mindset that we're in collectively as a generation, as a culture, and as a society. And today, I think we've been led astray. I think we've been lied to, and now we're trying to play catch up. But nonetheless, not to deter anybody, if you're still out there really trying to date, I'm going to give you a few pointers here. Number one, man, if you're a man and you're dating in your 20s, be patient. Patience is a virtue in life, first of all. You should be patient in general. Just calm down, slow down, and enjoy the ride. And what I mean by that is live in that moment as much as you possibly can. The more you start to rush it is when the confusion starts to come in. That's when you start getting frustrated and you want what you want, not realizing that life doesn't revolve around you, right? This is where patience comes. Life is not about X, Y, Z or expose or whoever. Life is about us. And the more that you realize that this thing called life has a lot more to do with you and that person alike, I think the easier is going to be to digest the things that come with it. Everything not going to go your way. Everything not going to be in your timing, and that's okay. It's not supposed to be. Everything isn't about you. The quicker you come to that realization, the much more happier you're going to be in life in general, but also when it comes to this dating thing. Also, not just being patient and understanding that life doesn't revolve around you, but be patient in the process of development. Continue to develop yourself, young brothers. Make sure you're putting yourself in the best position possible. I'm a little parched today. That's why I got a late start. My bad to anybody that was like, man, Rakeem, I was trying to catch you. And you said 8, man. It's 8:45, bro. What we doing? Yeah. 100%. You'll be completely accurate. I'm being extra black today. CP time. No, I got a late start, but hey, this is my show. You know, so we do what we want to do when we want to do it. Anyways, my apologies for anybody that was trying to catch the show on time. If you're watching the rebroadcast of this, then it's no big deal, right? You're just catching the show when you catch it. But anybody that's watching it live, man, my apologies. I was running behind about 45 minutes, which is crazy. But hey, I was asleep. I had to get a little nap in to get all this energy out, man. Plus, I'm going out tonight, so, you know, I want to be well rested. Anyways, be patient. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of building yourself, right? Put yourself in a situation where you're constantly growing. All right, it said this in The Way of the Superior Man. The first thing that a superior man understands is that this is a progression that is never ending. There's always going to be an opportunity to become and be better. The quicker you realize this, the happier you're going to be in life later on. You're not going to have to worry so much about not fulfilling or not being who you think you're going to be or what you want to be or what you want to become, because it's an ongoing process, one that should be welcomed. So that's the first thing, man. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the progress. Continue to work on yourself. Here's a fun fact for y'all, man. You can look it up yourself. If you're in your 20s, you're just scratching the surface. Literally, like you're just scratching the surface. Fun fact. The most desirable age for a man in online dating today is the age 50. Can you believe that? At the age of 50 is where most men become the most desirable in the online dating space for most women. So I would intelligently say that range is probably somewhere between 40 and 50 in the dating space in general. So what does that mean for you, young man? You got time. And it gets better. It gets better for me. I'm 36. I'll be 37 in a few months. It gets better. What? Fun fact. I bet you didn't realize that. By the age of 50 is when a man to a woman hits his prime, where he becomes the most desirable. You might say, why? Why 50? It goes back to the patience. Being patient, working on yourself, growing yourself, understanding that you got layers of success, career, bread, knowledge, disappointment, experience to go through to become the best version of yourself. And by the time you get around 50 is when women are knocking down your door if you're still remaining to be single. Not a bad stat. Not a bad stat at all. What do y'all think about that? Age 50. Continue to work on yourself, young brothers. There is light at the end of that tunnel. And that light get brighter and brighter to the point where you're like, man, she is gorgeous. Yep. And you 50 years old. Anyways, patience, young man. You got it. You're not as desirable when you're in your 20s because you don't really have anything. Unless you play for the Kings or you was born into wealth, or you hit the social media bug and your page and your platform took off, which is possible, especially in today's age. But if that's not you, man, you just out here grinding, trying to work hard and trying to build yourself, continue to do that. Continue to work on you. It's okay. You're going to be just fine, brother. But be patient. Don't rush it. Take your time and enjoy the journey. Side note real quick. Before we get back into dating in your 20s as a young man, let's jump into dating in your 20s as a young woman and where this differs. The first thing is women dating in their 20s are going to have the peak of their life. The other fun fact is, just like the men, women who are most desirable on online dating apps is the age of 23. Women come out the gates on fire, and it's the complete opposite trajectory typically for a woman than it is for a man. It takes years, decades, obviously, for a man to develop himself to become desirable, typically, on average, statistically speaking. For a woman, fresh out the gate, boom, she's at her peak attractiveness in her 20s, and she's gonna get the time of her life. And here's what this does, though, psychologically. If you come out the gates, especially when you're young like that, and you don't understand the game, you think all your life is going to be like that. Because on the flip end, as a man, you come out the gates struggling, typically. And you think all your life going to be like that. And slowly it starts to reverse. I'm going to tell you right now, as a man right now, I'm 36, life is gorgeous. Life is amazing. I can't complain. I could, but for what? Complain about what? Life is outstanding. I love my life, man. I love life itself. I'm enjoying life. Beautiful women that I had the opportunity to experience come into my life. That's been a outstanding experience nonetheless. And I'm just happy, bro. Like I'm ecstatic. Like I'm going out tonight. It's to the point at this point where, I go out to enjoy, to just be around beautiful women and just really just let them just soak it in. Just let them be them and soak it in. And I attract a lot of women, but dang, boy, it's something to be alive. And it's in those moments in your 20s, young guy, unbeknownst to you, you don't realize how much is to be desired until you get older. And then it hits. You're like, man, I like this thing called life. Man, oh man. I thank God every day. I literally do. This is why I'm in the situation that I'm in, fellas. I think I've been blessed to have the gift of gab and have a platform to where, regardless of how many views I get, man, somebody gonna hear this and be like, exactly what I needed. So thank God. I thank him. And just know, you got time. You good. Time is of the essence. Time is something to be appreciated. Live your life, young man. Thrive, strive. That'd be advice I would give myself. Even just looking at this, man. Low key, y'all can't feel it. Hopefully you can. But I'm getting emotional because of where I've come from. People see this show and they see this podcast and they like, okay, cool. Another brother doing what he doing. But y'all don't realize, man, the constant grind, the constant struggle, the things that I've overcome, the things that I've dealt with. And to get to this point in life where, yeah, that's still happening, but it's a lot less. And it's much more gratifying. Life is much more rewarding. And it's like, man, could you imagine if I did if some of the things that I did could have took me off the face of the earth? Stupid decisions, wanting it right now, feeling like it's all up in arms or it's not going to get any better, any of this. And I feel for some of the brothers who didn't realize that you're going to get to this point in life. You know what I'm saying? Like life is a beautiful thing, man. I feel for some of the brothers that got in the way of their own success, not realizing that life was going to be so rewarding if you just gave it time. Lord, thank you. I'm appreciative. Y'all just don't know. Anyways, this journey continues, man, for me and you, and for my young brothers out there that's going through anything in life. Just know it ain't over. You got time. With that, man, I think I might call it a quick early night. If y'all like this, man, we will continue. I'll dive more in depth. If y'all like this type of content, you let me know. And we will I'll continue to bring this type of information to you. Y'all let me know what y'all rocking with. I'm with whatever y'all want to do. And I'm just grateful, man, and thankful. And, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Hopefully I'm giving you game that's going to help you in your life. And continue to be the best version of yourself, man. As you know, though. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do not be shy. All right? Leave some comments down there. I will shout you out. And we can start a conversation. Might even bring you onto the show. Who knows? We'll continue to build, though, as we do. And, of course, Every comment, like, and share goes a long way with trying to build this brand and build the show. And, I put some effort into this. I don't know, a little bit. It'd be nice to reap the benefits, man. This is live. I've come a long way when it comes to this podcasting thing, man. Pretty good at it. Show me some love. Nah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode of the Jahmad Show. And we will continue to push them Google reviews higher and higher. It's like, hey, this is a Sacramento-based content creator, Rakifjahmad, who creates the Jahmad Show and talks about real life experiences and dating and this, that, and the third. I was like, oh, look at this. Made me sound like I know what I'm doing for a little bit. Anyways, I love y'all, man. Until next time, love. Peace.